underestimate in digital transformation. Look at technology and see that these very large scale courses, large scale programs that can be low cost. You can use artificial intelligence to make those systems adapted to mass customization.
They'll spend 4 years in the workplace, okay? They'll work for 3 days a week, and they'll study online for 2 days a week. This is more affordable. Remember, this is the objective that we're after here, trying to make education more affordable. It's more affordable because they gain an income while they're doing this, and they may be able to live at home. They may not have to travel away. And this was our motivation for this. This was not a cost play, as it were, even though I knew it would be more affordable and attractive to students because of that. But the real thing is to make better engineers. They will perform better in the workplace, in the studies. We've been running that now for about 1.5 years, and employers are very happy with the students they have. The students are finding it tough work. They're cramming a lot into 2 days studying, but they do get credit for the work they do during the week. Now, this other one, this is one I'm hoping to copy in our institution in the next year or so. It's a project-based degree in civil engineering from Charles Sturt University in Australia, and very highly rated by an MIT report. That's where I came across it. And really what they do is they come to campus for 1.5 years. That's all, okay? And while on campus, they just do projects, and they get a lot of support at the start, and that begins to disappear. The key thing here is they have no classes. They use an adaptive system, and all the content that they have to learn is in that adaptive system, and they have to work through that and make certain deadlines. And there is support for them if they have difficulties to that. But it builds their capacity for self-directed learning. So they go to the workplace for 4 years, 1 day studying, 4 days working. They keep reflective logs on their work, and they do projects. And after 2 years there, they get a bachelor's, and 4 years, they get a master's. That's a very interesting one. But again, those two last ones, in a way, they're the same cost, really. They are new models, and they do make it cheaper, as it were, because of a certain amount of work, and better. But I'm not sure they reduce the cost as much as we could. So this is a 2-year program in engineering that I'm planning to get up and going soon. It's really just what I'm calling an open associate's degree, which is what the Americans would call a 2-year degree, a 2-year program in engineering. Now, the topics we're going to do are electronics, more embedded electronics system, and mechatronics. And really that is because a lot of the hardware, there are lots of little kits, automation kits, and where you can write software and put it onto Arduinos and things like that. We can teach a lot of the principles with practical examples very cheaply in electronics, embedded electronic systems and mechatronics using low-cost hardware. We can teach a lot of the principles, and certainly we can teach them how, or they get great experience of doing projects. Anyway, the pedagogical approach here would be that all the content is free. Mechanics, electrical principles, digital electronics, analog electronics, that would all be free. We're developing it in a sort of a Khan Academy style, so that the cost of development is pretty low. If there are exercises that we want them to do, we'll define kits which they can buy online, but a lot of it might be done with simulations, or they may be even able to do design on paper, as it were. We'll have it chunked down into micro-credentials, so they'll get achievements as they go along and can take longer. It may be competency-based in terms of projects, that they will have a capstone project before they get their final qualification. They will have to pay for assessment and accreditation, of course, because we have to register them, we have to give them assignments and examinations and grade those. The modes of access, we could say, well, any individual student anywhere should be able to do this. And if they want to do the practical work, they should be able to buy the kits online, either from us or from someplace where we've sourced them. However, we think that this could provide low cost for groups if people set up outreach space centers where there might be maker spaces or fab labs, and they could go there and meet other young people who are doing the course as well. Okay, now in regards to change in education, I'd just like to make the observation that there's a lot of resistance to change. And I like to point out to people in education that education doesn't exist for your sake. It exists for the sake of the learners. as engineers, we should be prepared to sort of automate what we do ourselves. And I've been doing this since, I suppose I've been doing it since 1977. I think when I was in secondary school, I was using a slide rule. When I went to college, the first cheap calculators came out. At the end of college, university, I was writing Fortran on punch cards. All of that was to automate a lot of the business, a lot of the jobs that engineers were doing, and to do jobs we couldn't do. I was very excited when personal computers came out in the late 70s, and indeed they have proved to allow us to do a lot better things, a lot better design. But what really has made the difference is the internet, particularly in education. I've been in education since 1984. So engineers shouldn't be afraid of change. There will be lots of work for engineers to do and lots of work for engineering educators to do. We won't put ourselves out of a job. We should embrace change. So a couple of questions I suppose we could ask is, do we still need students to attend campus? Is that really required? If they do come to campus, do they really need classes? You know, a lot of that material is on the internet. And do we even need degrees? We need to be asking ourselves these questions, really fundamental questions. Now, to summarize what I've been talking about, I'll just put up some bullet points here. I think we need digital transformation, not digitization. I mean, we do need digitization, but I think we should be thinking beyond that to how we can transform new models of learning we need to be thinking of. We shouldn't be worrying about excellence and quality. Once we pick the right thing to do, just let's go and do it. And we can improve it. And we probably do a fairly good job first time out. Access is a really important issue. We can start adding technology to the experience of the students that can afford to come to campus right now, but there's a lot of students out there who can't afford to come to campus. We need to be seeing how we can educate those, and cost is an access issue. In terms of keeping costs down, keep it simple. We can allow people to be self-directed. We can put up materials there, and a lot of very highly motivated students will learn themselves. Let's try and make the learning more authentic, so more work-based and project-based. And of course, assessment is, I think, is very important and a more difficult challenge in terms of reducing costs, but we need to try and do that. But it is important that we do maintain standards there. Okay, and that's it for me. I want to thank you again for allowing me to speak, and feel free to get in touch with me if there's anything you want to talk about, especially, by the way, that low-cost 2-year program that I'm working on. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Brian. That was just, it was a wonderful journey about the transition that has been happening, and a wonderful summing up of what has been going on in the last 10 years. In terms of innovation and disruptive innovation in learning. Now, as you said, we have to realize that education is not for the sake of educators. So I think kind of we are putting together the two themes that we had decided for today. The first one was faculty entrepreneurship. So I think where we are headed is all the faculty themselves becoming practicing engineers who can seamlessly provide project-based or work-based learning. I mean, do you see that happening? So that, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say that I've probably been in education too long. I worked as an engineer for about 5 years, and then I went in quite young to be an educator. And I tried as much as possible to bring my engineering mindset, and I think I have to some extent to what I've done. But I'm not probably as up to date, and I depend on others within the profession to make those decisions. Now, I have to say that each country has its own challenges, its own regulations and its own challenges. And our sector finds it difficult to bring practicing engineers in as teachers. You're either one or the other, which I think is a shame. But I think if we do move to project-based engineering, I think we need to look at the idea of having practicing engineers involved in the education process. We would like to be able, we can give our students sort of artificial projects that we design and can control, but it would be preferable if we talk to industry and say, are there any challenges that you want us to work on? That would be even better. Those challenges can be much more difficult for students, but I suppose you could say at least it gives them a taste of the real world and gives them real challenges. So a lot of them will be unsolvable problems.
My second question would be, because we mentioned Khan Academy and we are looking towards, I think, individual educator superstars. This is an opportunity for them to be like that. But at the other side, even in Atlantic Technological University, we have a consolidation of institutions coming together. How do you see the relevance of institutions going into the future, as opposed to something like the old Indian Gurukula system, where this guy is a guru of, let's say, MEP technology, so everybody can have access to that guru? How would institutions change?
Well, I mean, I sort of feel there's two questions in there. One is that having access to gurus, it's a bit like music. There could be a superstar in music, but you'll find that there's somebody in your small town who's an absolutely fabulous singer that nobody knows about. These superstars, and they can be good communicators as well, but certainly for undergraduate, there are plenty of people around who are experienced in teaching. Researchers don't always make good teachers. They can be good teachers, but there are plenty of good teachers who know their topic. You don't have to be a superstar to produce content. And certainly Salman Khan became a superstar because he did it he was the first to become well known, but he wasn't a mathematician. I think he was in finance or something, and he wasn't a scientist, but he was good at explaining. The other thing about that is that when I saw what Salman Khan was doing, I said, I can do that too. And I've been when I talk to professors, they look at materials online and they say, yes, that's good, but it's just not the way I would do it. And I said, well, it's really easy. Just do it yourself. It's so easy to do. Just do it yourself. Once you're in it for a month or two, you'll be really good at it. And if you're good in the classroom, you'll be good on recording. So we don't necessarily need the superstars to get the content. And I'm not sure what benefit it is to us to have that content. So everybody can do this. And that's why I'm actually quite keen on the low production value of creating content, is because I can say to professors, here, do it yourself. You'll do a good job,
Again, going back to how do you see institutions change?
I mean, I'm not terribly optimistic about it. To me, this has emerged as the big challenge over the years, is that we know that technology can do things, but institutions are very slow to change. I mean, theoretically, I believe that institutions are the upholders of the standards. Their job is to define what the learning outcomes will be and to verify that people have met those learning outcomes before giving them an award. That's their core, so that employers can trust them and say, that person got a degree from that institution. We know what that is. We can trust it. So as I say, assessment is the most important. But I think what theoretical institutions should be doing is freeing up the learning process. Stop being so, I suppose, deterministic or specific about what the learning process should be, and tightening up on the learning assessment, because that will allow a lot of innovation. Our institution has done very well because we've used traditional methods online, and our academic council has allowed that. But I think our academic council is still very suspicious of more radical innovation. So I can answer your question theoretically, but I'm not sure what institutions will tolerate the change. But if you look at institutions like Arizona State University or Georgia Tech, to me, these are, and maybe MIT as well, although MIT seems to focus a little less on undergraduate teaching and more on research. But Arizona State is really doing very revolutionary stuff with their undergraduate learning. There are an awful lot of universities in the world. It could turn out that if universities don't embrace change, those universities who do will become mega worldwide universities and really make your university less relevant. And there is every chance that Georgia Tech's master's degree in computer science could become the master's degree for the world. I would certainly recommend to any kid that's thinking of taking it. Now, maybe by Indian standards, $7,000 might be more expensive. I don't know what it costs to take a master's degree in India, but certainly in the high income countries. Now that does beg another question. In Ireland, it would be a little bit, it would be cheap enough, but because higher education is so subsidized, maybe people wouldn't choose to do it. But I do say, I think I'm not optimistic about institutions changing very quickly, and we could get the rise of the mega universities, the huge universities.
Any questions from anybody else? We have some online. I have a bunch of faculty here offline as well.
Just wondering, have we a chat area?
Yeah, we have the chat, but if they can convey to me, then I can. I think there was a lot to digest, so probably the questions would come maybe tomorrow or the day after, and they'll get in touch with you.
Yeah, no, I'd be happy to be in touch with people.
Right. So thank you so much.
I should probably say one thing before I leave is that I feel that and this is one of the reasons, I'm altruistic to a point, and I'm interested in providing low-cost education. But I feel that the need is greater in low-income countries. So I feel the opportunity here. It's a bit like mobile phones in underdeveloped countries, which have sort of gone ahead of the developed world. There is the opportunity for more innovation maybe in lower income countries because the need is greater.
Absolutely.
Maybe that would be a point to finish on.
Absolutely right. Thank you so much, Brian, for being with us.
Thank you very much.
Sparing the time.
Bye now.
Bye. Okay, after listening to Brian and having a lot to digest, we'll move on seamlessly to the silent revolution that has been happening in Kerala, or silent revolution that was started in Kerala last year. And I called it the silent revolution, this inaugural ceremony as well, when both the vice chancellors were present. This is self-directed learning, project-based learning, learning from practitioners, everything put together into one package. And in the last 1 month, they have also started invading schools. So this is accelerating at a pace which I wasn't expecting, but the responses have been phenomenal. I think over 12,000 students now from the colleges. Deepu can correct me when he speaks about the exact number. And I think thousands are being added from the schools. So this is something what Brian was talking about right now, where education for the educator's sake, which was the big mistake. Riaz, speaking today in the panel discussion, said he did this study in universities in Kerala, and at Calicut University, he said 100 teaching faculty and 1,800 non-teaching staff. So for whose sake is this education system being set up? Where is the trust in education? So this system, I think, has grown so monstrously big that the failure is inevitable. We cannot sustain a system which is just there to pay salaries for people, just there to conduct exams and administer degrees. So the disruption is happening, and it's happening outside the campus, but right under our noses. Most of the colleges, the faculty participation in New Learn has been very low. Trinity, I know a few of the faculty are very much aware, but look at the number of students who are already in the platform. So similarly, I hope this ISTE platform helps us record for posterity on this 19th of February, some predictions, some explanations, and we should definitely do a follow-up meeting next February in 2023 to see what GTech's Mulligan managed to do to Kerala's engineering education system. So let me welcome Deepu and Akshaya. Thank you for being virtually here. Our campus ambassadors are disappointed that you are not here physically. They asked me to be on campus today, and then I told them you are only online. So please go ahead. You have our faculty's attention here, and faculty all over Kerala who will also be listening to the recorded and streaming version. So go ahead and tell us what GTech Mulligan is, why it is going to be extremely important to all faculty a couple of months down the lane. Thank you.
Thank you, Arun sir. Very happy to be part of the program. I'm Deepu Nath. I'm the Managing Director of FAYA, and I'm also the convener of GTech Academy and Technology Focus Group. And we have Akshaya here. Akshaya is the programmer. Hi, Akshaya. Please.
Hi, everyone. So this is Akshaya Rajesh. I'm program manager here in a group of technology companies. I'm also the technical director in Kites Foundation. Yeah.
Okay. So it was I was listening to the talk. It was Brian was explaining the importance of experiential learning, as well as how industry can play a part in changing the mindset and the skill set of students, and how it could be useful for the faculties and students in building a better collaborative ecosystem for the future. Okay, so I will share my screen. So hope so Arun sir, you there? No? Okay. So I think yeah. So all of them have a briefing about Mulligan, or I think that is we had a meeting with the faculties an year before. Like when we started Mulligan, we started with the faculties. We wanted the information to be passed from the faculties to the students about the opportunity, and that is on February 2021. We started Mulligan.
I think there is is your screen being shared? We can't see the presentation. Yes.
Here
Okay.
it is.
Yeah.
Can you see that? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll start from GTech. GTech is a group of technology companies in the Kerala, in the state. Comes around 250 plus IT companies, mostly across the state. So you can hear me, right? Hello?
Yes.
We can.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
So it includes Infosys, TCS, UST, and all the majors, as well as the small and medium companies here. Okay. And I'm representing GTech, and I'm the convener of Academy and Technology Focus Group. GTech has different focus group. Like the companies need better business opportunities, so it has a business focus group. It want to do some CSR activities. There are a CSR focus group, and we want to build skills that enable. There is a skill gap that exists. We say like students come out from the academia need to be skilled or reskilled, mostly skilled for 6 to 7 months, 6 to almost 1 year to put them into productive projects. So the companies was thinking like, why this skill gap, and is there something that we could do in that? Okay, and so they created an academy and technology focus group, and unfortunately I became the convener of that last year. So the problem that was given to me was there is a skill gap. It can be a cultural problem because most of the students even come up with certificates with different skills they acquired apart from their colleges, but they haven't built the actual skills, because our culture is to grab certificate, pass the examination, grab certificate, but not a culture of gaining the skill that is required for the future. And if we ask the majority of people who are in the industry, is this the area whether you are happy with your work, many of them say no, because they might want to go to somewhere or something else was their passion, but they finally landed up in this profession. They took whatever was given to them or some low-hanging fruits that they got, while there were very good opportunities that is out there, and they have the capability to acquire that. But the problem, the status quo here is not helping them towards grabbing that. So the academy and technology focus group first looked around what is happening, because there are a lot of things around that is looking for fixing this gap. So we do not want to do anything new. If there is someone who is doing that, let them do it, and we want to facilitate it better. So we did an analysis, and so like there are different players from the government side, from the community side, from the colleges and universities itself is working towards this fixing the issue. But the problem is everyone is working in silos. They build their own boundaries and they start working, and they does things smaller because a collaboration or a facilitating problem is there. Like nobody is there is a problem in working together, lack of synchronization between the different stakeholders in the ecosystem. So we just thought like we want to create from the industry standpoint, like if we can act as the connectors to bring everyone together and plan for something new or something that they could work together, that would be the solution. And whatever they are lacking, we should be able to add. And that is where we came up with a framework called MuLearn. MuLearn means micro learning, that is having a student or anybody who want to be part of MuLearn. What they have to do is like they want to start with certain skill building task, and then they have to identify their actual passion and which all are the opportunities available out there, and build skills required to take that direction, whatever it may be. Like they have to join a peer group of people who are of similar interest, connect to the similar people, like the affinity space across the state. There can be students across the state with the similar interest, and then work with the mentors and take it forward from there. So we connected to the universities. Initially, we started with KTU. KTU was very happy to connect us to the faculties across the state. There was 100 plus engineering colleges came part of it. They nominated some faculties, and we asked them to nominate some students to start with. It started in last February. Okay. And from the, so there are students as well as enablers or faculties are part of the system. And from the industry side, we started collecting the industry needs. What are the demands, requirements, also the maybe projects or works that we could provide to the students, or and also the industry can come up with mentors. Then we looked around and saw like there are different government agencies there who is working with the students. Additional skill acquisition program, ASAP, is working with colleges in building the skills. That is, we can support them with better mentors or better content so that they can provide something that is more relevant to the industry. And Startup Mission is working on entrepreneurship part. That is, we will be helping with the better mentors, and the fellows can join to MuLearn, and they can come up with the activities that they can do in MuLearn with the students here. Then there were a lot of communities out there. So these communities are also working with students. Why can't we work together? That is, we need competitive collaboration. That is the new keyword here. Like normally, like different communities will be in a competition, right? They want to be better than the other one. But why can't we collaborate and compete so that if one community is there in 100 colleges, that is, they can get towards more colleges, while the other community also will get visibility, so that together they can do it much better. So many communities also started joining MuLearn, and we created 4 pillars. One is enabling peer learning in the campus. That is small learning group, helping the students to form small learning groups, giving them content and mentors, as well as connect them to a wider network. Second one is network building, building the similar organizations that work in this domain, bringing them together, as well as bringing universities, industries, and government agencies together, and have a collaborative workspace. It can be considered as a co-working space in the virtual world. And Third pillar is faculty enablement. Come up with certain activities where faculties can form their peer learning group. They can have opportunities for industry immersion programs. They can come and work in the industry for certain things, maybe some research projects which they can work on. They can form teams and have continuous learning activities with the help of industry experts. There are more programs like that for faculties. I will explain later. And next one is the need aggregation. That is, we want work, actual work, not simulation work, actual work that these students and faculties can work on. The projects which they do while they are in the campus should be something that is useful or something that will be used by someone. So we can give them problem statements, we can give them mentoring support, and maybe some funding if it is required for them to work on those projects. So need aggregation was the fourth pillar. And as of today, we have 14,000 plus students. I will just check the real-time status on that. So you can see like 14,519 students in the platform we work in. It is a Discord is a platform that we use for that. And we have 100 plus mentors, 100 plus enablers. Enablers are faculties in the system. And you can see like 160 plus colleges. It was a month before. As of today, we are around 410 colleges and schools across the state. Okay. And Akshaya, so are you there, right? That is, she will be guiding you through the platform, but I will just give you the core concept or core philosophy behind MuleLearn. What we are telling the students is like, you have to break your echo chambers. What is an echo chamber? Can anyone speak? Echo chamber. Normally, echo chamber is a place where we listen to what we speak, right? We say like people are average of mostly 5 people whom they are surrounded. So what happens is like, we know everything that our friends know, and we become very much confident that we know everything, because whatever they say we know, and whatever we say they know, and all our social feeds are filled with things which we are familiar with. So breaking that echo chamber is the most important part, because at this stage we are unconsciously incompetent. We are incompetent, but we do not know that, because we feel like we know everything, and we get to a stage where there is no need for learning new things. But breaking the echo chambers is the primary objective. Like, you all are here, like we were listening to Brian. It is one way of breaking the echo chamber, because we started knowing about different things that is happening around the world, and that is where learning starts. That is, we become consciously incompetent. We know that we are incompetent, and we have to be motivated to learn those things, right? So we are telling the students who are part of MuleLearn that breaking the echo chambers is one of the most important thing. And you can see like a lot of students, your friends in your campus, who are in those echo chambers, and your mission is to go and break those echo chambers and help them come out of their comfort zones and get connected to the world, which is open, with ample opportunities to learn for free, and do community of practice. I know all will be familiar with community of practice. It is where we form groups of similar peer interest group, and then we start to learn new things in that and practice it. We need experiential learning. It is not like reading or learning something and just passing the examination and appearing in a quiz, or writing an essay. It doesn't matter. Like, people should be able to work on real world experiments. So community of practice is the key. So that is what we provide opportunity. And we have created inside the Discord, we have created a bot in the name of Arun Surendran. Arun Surendran was a person who stood for free knowledge sharing. So he, unfortunately, he passed away at the age of 26. He was the founder of Reddit. He was the founder of Creative Commons. He stood for free knowledge sharing. And we want to democratize learning, that is giving access to learning for all students in the state without the divide of financial issues. We want to digitize learning, like as Brian said earlier, like all these things can be digitized. So we want to bring it to the digital platform so that we can do it in a scale. We want to decentralize it because learning cannot be always in a centralized manner. A teacher talking and students learning, that is the whole way of concept. As of now, we want to have decentralized peer learning groups who keep on updating with the skills, and then they transmit the information to others. So that is where MuLearn is, and Discord is a platform where we are in. Akshaya?
Yes. Am I audible? Hello.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Hello. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. So very good afternoon, everyone. So I really wanted to physically, but we couldn't. Sorry for that, first of all. So as Deepu told, we are working here in Discord platform. So many of us will be already familiar with the Discord platform. This is more like WhatsApp or Instagram. You can directly download from Play Store. So can I share my screen, Deepu?
Yeah, sure.
Or you will be sharing the screen? Hello?
You can share your screen.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, thank you, thank you.
So as of now, there are 100 plus faculties there, but we expected more and more activities from the faculty side. Yeah. Actually.
Oh, so this is a Discord platform. Actually, you can create many servers like WhatsApp groups. So this is a server we created for MuLearn. So you can create your own server for your college or your community or whatever. So this is the MuLearn Discord platform. So every student who comes here have to do some basic enablement tasks. So this is not only for the computer science students. So this is tasks anyone have to know about this, or even the school students are completing these tasks. So they'll be introducing to the mentor community and as well as the enabled community as well as the student community. So they'll be giving an introduction first. Then there is an introduction to GitHub task. So while they have to know what is GitHub. So there is an introduction to GitHub task. Then there is an HTML task, then command line, markdown basics. So these are the basic enablement tasks. So every student have to do while they onboard to Discord platform. So every task we used to give karma points based on the complexity of the task. So introduction task, we are giving 20 karma points. And for introduction to GitHub task, we are giving 200 points. So this is not just like they watch one video, they download one certificate and they submit. So this is like they are doing something. They are like doing some projects, or they are completing some tasks, and they are getting experience, and they can directly download a certificate or screenshot, and they can directly submit, and they'll get karma points. So these are the basic enablement tasks. So in Discord, this may be a new UI for many of you. So these are the announcement channels. Like you can see the announcements, you can put any messages there, and this hashtags. These are like text channels. If you will be familiar with Clubhouse, you can directly go to the room, you can click them, and you can directly talk. So the students and mentors and enablers will be available. So you can directly go there and you can talk. So these are the features of Discord, and you can see the list of people here who are already here, the admins and support teams. Like we have a student community with like state heads, we have zonal heads, we have district heads, and we have campus ambassadors in every campus. So you can see the zonal heads, district heads, and bot developers here in the right side. Coming back, so this is the announcement channel. So every programs through MuLearn, you can see the programs through MuLearn here. So this is the ITaship program that is a part of YP Young Innovators program, and this is cybersecurity interest group call. So every activity we have done, you can see it here from the scratch, from the beginning. You can see the messages, and you can see what are the sessions happened here in the past. So for every sessions, I'll show you some. This is Idea Marathon. This is part of Young Innovators program by Kerala government, and we have a student leaderboard here. I'll show that, and we have inspiration station radio. Like many of the students don't even like when some subject matter experts come and I talk to them like about this IoT, about these things and things. And here the students itself coming there and talking very relatively, like I got this internship, I have done all these tasks, and I did these things. So every Tuesday we have inspiration stations where the students coming in and talking about their experience or sharing their experience. And we have sessions headed by industry mentors. We have like students achieving karma points. The celebration posters are here. The base camp sessions are here. So you can go through these announcements and see what happened here for the last 1 year. And coming to company announcement channels, everything from the company will be here, like internship calls, hiring calls, and the challenges and tasks given by the companies, and the sessions handled by companies. Everything will be here in company announcement channels. So the companies will be coming. I'll show some example. So this is SSS is a company. They come with a course for the introduction to creative design practices. They gave a 1 hour session. They taught the students about the designing and basic principles and fundamentals. And they gave a challenge for the students for building something, for building a mood board and design for the for a website. And they get like 200 karma points, and the students will be completing this task and submitting, and they'll be they'll get karma points based on that. So the companies are coming and directly interacting with the students, and the students can it's like nowadays they can only interact with this mentors only after their college or school days. So here they are directly learning from this
Akshay, seems like you are breaking
practitioners.
in between.
Okay, any internet issues here? Is it okay now, Deepu?
No, please continue. Yeah, in between.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so this is the statistic now. We have 14,519 members now, and we have 100 plus mentors, enablers, and moderators who they are like doing all these activities behind making these, arranging these sessions and all. So we have the statistics here, and this is these are stages like a spotlight chat. So we'll be conducting like in live. We have stage performance, or we'll be handling the sessions in stages. So we have a stage platform here. So in mission control, like
Akshay, again you are
they are
breaking.
the bot developers, as Deepu already mentioned about Arun Surendran develop internet. 1 second.
So, Ansa, is there issue, or are you able to hear?
No, the audio has issues. If she turns off the video, probably it'll stream faster.
Hello.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm okay now.
Yeah.
Okay, super. So we have team. Hello.
Actually, again, the audio has some issues. Yeah.
Hello. Am I audible? Just a second. Is it okay now? Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you fine.
No.
So I will share my screen. Actually, you can continue to talk.
Okay. Can you share the screen? I'll explain. Yeah, I
Can you
think I
see?
have some internet issues here.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. So
So,
we are in Maker Village for another program for YAP. So here,
okay.
as of now, we are connecting from our phone. Here, there is no proper internet.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So we have different teams here for people management, for interest groups. So all the students will be handling all these things, not just a mentor. So students, they are becoming next leaders for here. So, can you go to the introduction channel?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. You can see the welcome channel, right? Yeah. So here you can see the students are coming and putting their introduction, and we have a like automatic karma point giving a mechanism, and we have two level of review. One will be student level review, and the mentor will be reviewing. So you can see the karma points are getting awarded to the students. Last time we got Seju, right? Sayush. Sayush just got 20 karma points, and you can see the real time statistics here. Deepu, can you show that?
Yeah. So karma points is the
Yeah,
key
so we
where they gain karma for different activities that they do, and actually, it is like a game. Yeah. Akshay, please continue. Yeah.
yes. So after that, we have student channel. So the students will be putting their screenshots and the links after completing the Markdown language or HTML assignments, GitHub assignments. So you can see they have or they did some experiments or they have some practical knowledge on these things, and they'll get karma points like 200, or based on the complexity they get karma points. So here also we have two levels of review, both students and mentor review will be there. Yes. Okay, so this is the rank channel. So almost everyone know about the resume building activities of all these students. So they will be like they don't know anything about this AI, or they don't know anything about ML, but still they will be writing, yeah, AI ML expert in their resume. So here you get the exact resume of a student. This is a digital identity of a student, the total karma points they gained, what are their interests, what is their rank all over the state, and the college or institution where they are from. So every student will get a digital identity card with their skills and with their performance. Yes. Deepu, can you check a real-time rank? Can you show how it is done? Yeah. This is just, you have to put exclamation rank at the student name, and we get the karma point. Yes. So Amrita is a very wonderful, very beautiful, very excellent student from Trinity Engineering College. She got 4.11K karma points. Her rank is 15. She is also the moderator here, and her areas of interest, AI, blockchain, Internet of Things. So she is from Trinity. So this is the digital identity they get from ULearn. Yes. Then scoreboard. So here we have a college scoreboard as well as student scoreboard. So in college scoreboard, we can see how many students are part of MuLearn and what is their current rank, what is the total karma points achieved by the students. In the first rank, we have St. Joseph College of Engineering, Pala, and second rank, we have Trinity College of Engineering, and third, MVCT, and the top 12 colleges are listed here, and this rank card, this scoreboard is getting updated in every 1 hour. Uh, yes, Deepu. And this is a student scoreboard. So every student, they'll be getting karma points, and that will be added up to the total score. So you can see Bijoy Kesejo from ASAT Engineering College is on the top first, top one. And then you can see the top 12 rank holders here in the student scoreboard. This is both of these are evergreen scoreboards here, and we have a monthly college and school college leaderboard here. So this is like a February leaderboard. So first position we have SJCT, and second position we have College of Engineering and Management, Punapra. So this is also getting updated in every 1 hour. So this is a monthly leaderboard. And
So shall I
student
add to it,
leaderboard.
Akshaya? Shall I add to it, Akshaya?
Yes, yes, Deepu,
Yeah.
yes.
So actually, these students are playing a game to bring their college up in the leaderboard and bring their profile up, because they are able to showcase their skills and profile, which is verified by the industry as well as the peer and towards the world. Okay. And second one is like students are very much fond of games, so some gamification techniques are applied here where they are playing the game against every other students across the state. And but what they have to do, the task is not something as of other games. It is just like building the real skills, building the peer communities, working along with the peers in helping them build their skills. So, so that is the game that we have given as a challenge for the students, and that is where like it is gaining traction, and more students are coming on board to the platform. Second one is like whether they are from a top engineering college or tier 2, tier 3 college or a polytechnic or IT, it doesn't matter. Like they will be able to compete between each other. And if a skill from a remote village has skills, has talent, they will be able to showcase it in front of the industry and the world. So that is building a brand for themselves by building actual skills. So that is the game. Yeah.
So when we think about skill building, we'll be thinking of this Coursera platform or like Byju's and everything. So here we will be learning new things or learning whatever we interested in. So we'll be learning together or in a group where we have many students across the state. So we'll be learning together with more fun, with more. This is more like a game. So we have many gamification elements here. So Deepu, about the yeah. So we have different company channels here. So the company mentors will be available in these channels, and students can directly interact with the company mentors. So for each company, we'll be having different channels for the interaction. Then we have channels for community partners also, the Startup Mission, Folks Lab, ASAP, like Flutter Kerala. They have different channels, and students can directly interact with the mentors from community there, and they can participate in sessions handled by the communities also. So this is Tinger Hub
So
channels. Yeah.
so these communities actually, when they implement, when they do some activities, they come and collaborate with New Learn, where we will allot comma points based on the complexity and the time required for that task. Based on that, when, for example, Code Pukulam was something done by Tinga Hub, that is, students were challenged to create a Pukulam with code. Okay. And what happened is like that is we add-ons to the channel so that more participation will happen for the campus, as well as students skills that they build in a different community also will be part of their digital identity in our system. So similarly, KSGM, similarly right now, KDISC is coming up with Young Innovator program. That is, we have karma points for idea submission as well as voice of customers. So those type of skills, which is from different communities, that will also be added and recorded in their digital identity.
Can you show the Folks Lab channel also about the IoT challenge? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is Folks Lab channel. So they are running a program called Kerala IoT Challenge. Okay. Deepu.
Yeah.
So students will be learning about this IoT, and they'll be doing some real experience experiments,
Yeah.
and they'll be like that happening in 4 cohorts. Deepu, you
Yeah.
need to add something.
No, so actually it is just like students will be guided through 15 different experiments over the period of 6 months. We will add students to one cohort, and like 100 plus students will be part of that cohort, and they have to go learn certain things, go and do something by themselves, and come and present it back every week. By Thursdays, the vendors will be available there. So as I said earlier, all those things, anything that goes through the platform should be free. It should be accessible to everyone, and like it will be reviewed and evaluated by industry experts. Yeah.
Yes. Also, we have different interest groups here. So for each interest groups, like Android interest group is there, IoT interest group is there, also this product management, competitive coding, UI UX. So every interest group, we have a text channel and voice channels there. So everyone interested to learn about these skills or wanted to interact with the student or industry mentors, they can come to the interest group channel and directly interact with the mentors, and they can learn together and they can build new stuffs here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Deepu, can you show the product management interest channels? So this product management, many of them are not even familiar with the role of this product manager. So while being at college, students are introduced to this product management. What is product management? So these are the student mentors here, Vinu, Finu, and everyone. So these are the student mentors. Yeah. Deepu?
Okay. Yeah. So let me get towards that. There are hundreds of activities that happens through the platform. As she said earlier, like there are different types of scoreboards, different activities that happens, student-led sessions, community-led sessions, industry-led sessions, government-organized events. All those things comes to a single place. And open source evangelists, IC4C is part of it. Companies want to hire people; they just come and give them challenges, give them training, and we are breaking the middleman system that is currently available to interface with the industry. Right now, you can directly connect with the industry, directly talk to any companies out there in the GTech membership, and it is not limited to IT. We just want get into the other spaces also. This is just a platform where the content gets delivered, and we are building just you can consider as a railway track that goes across all the campuses, goes through all the communities, goes through all the government agencies and other stuff, so that people can decide what content need to go through the platform. We just review and evaluate and approve the content which is relevant to the students. And if there is a civil interest group like AutoCAD or any other interest materials that need to go to the students for civil or mechanical or any other thing, that is we conduct uh, a stakeholder meeting. We are able to kick off for the civil and other interest groups, like stakeholder meeting including the industry faculties and student leaders, and then we will have a brainstorming on what are the things that is much relevant for that field, and we will connect to the companies or industries or the training institutes who can provide that freely through the system. And then we establish an interest group in the campus, like peer learning in campus, and multiple campuses having same interest group, they will be connected together, and there will be a student leadership team to take care of those things. So, for example, just for example, Android is the new thing that came in as an interest group. Amrit Sanjeev, developer relation lead, he is working on the Android operating system development in Google, and he is here to pick some talents for Google. That is, even if you don't know Android development, there is a 100-day thing that the students can go through where they submit their first Android application in the Google Play Store. They are learning by developing an app and submitting it to Play Store, led by or taught by a person who works in Google who built the platform. And second one, that is, he want to create an interest group across the state in all the campuses, and he will be available in our platform to interact with the students continuously. So learning from the horse's mouth or from the right people is the second thing. Like we will have hundreds of thousands of Android training courses that is available across, done by certain people who never worked in the industry, and that gives certificates out to the students. But here it is listening to the people who actually works in that platform, and that is too that is free of cost. So that is how we are building a democratic system for the students to interact directly with the industry. So I'm just so for teachers, we have conducted an art of teaching contest, and this month and we are announcing the winners. There are different faculty enablement sessions that we planned, but we need more participation from the faculties from the state, because this is something that to be led, because you are connected to the students more at the campus, and I know like people who are passionate are part of this organization right now and listening to the session. So you are the cream of faculties in the state. And what we need is like, we want you to come together, form peer learning groups, or form a group, and then we can discuss and decide on what actually we could do to improve the industry experience of faculties, to have more opportunities to learn from each other. So this art of teaching contest was just like to identify certain passionate faculties across the state. We asked them to come up with a content of 3-minute videos, something innovative, teaching one engineering concept, and we had a very good participation, and some amazing videos are there. All the judging panel members were really happy to see many of those videos, that is those type of content created by our faculties in our state. So we have a program that is coming in this month itself, announcing the teaching contest. And so there are different types of programs, and also, as I said, like there are different community partners. We want the experts from the industry to be part of it. That is why Cyberdome is there. You know Cyberdome. They are conducting sessions on cyber security. We have IC Force associated. They are connecting towards the open source development. So Startup Mission is there supporting the startup, that is IEDCs are across the state. So from the industry part, that is, we will be able to support them to work on better research and innovation network. That is Kerala Blockchain Academy, that is teaching on blockchain. Singularity University, which is one of the world's biggest community on exponential technologies, to build skill set and mindset on working on those exponential things. That is also part of New Tinga Hub is the as of the IEEE is also getting onboarded as part of New. And we have various interest groups out there, and for faculties, we are planning for certain activities, and we need your support. Like teaching contest is first one we actually started with. We are planning for an industry immersion bootcamp, where orientation sessions from industry leads, basic tech enablement sessions, specialization sessions, talks from visionaries, and practice along with industry experts. Those type of things will be available in the bootcamp, and we want people or faculties who are really passionate to get towards that. That is, you have to break your comfort zones, have to break your echo chambers, and come forward and be part of the system. And we can also have sessions for our peer learning groups for different segments in your like new activities that gets added to the syllabus. For example, AML, there might be a very good faculty in one campus. He should be able to explain how well we could teach this subject or this chapter to the students. And we can also bring in industry experts as part of that. And together we'll discuss, let's show this video to the students. So that will be really beneficial. So it can be vetted with the industry on the content that you pass to the students. So that we can improve the quality of content that goes on the new age technologies or any subjects. And collaboratively, that is, if there is a very good faculty who has much better knowledge, that will get benefited to all the students. And also like learning from each other. One person looks at one thing in one perspective, another will be another perspective. When these things comes together, both will have it together, right? So there is nothing that we lose coming together and learning as a peer. And then we want to enable the non-IT interest groups, and we are struggling on that. Being an IT industry, that we need support from the faculties to help us overcome this struggle towards enabling the mechanical, civil, electrical, electronics and communication, and also to the other arts and science colleges also we are getting into. So we can have interest groups. We can have discussion with industry people to identify what is actually the necessary skills or things in that domain, which can give them more opportunities. And curation of problem statements for the academic projects is something that we are also working on, that we can provide very good problem statements which these students can work on, and even some companies might be willing to fund certain projects such things that if the students and faculties together working on that. And Wiki Syllabus is a project where we plan to bring the syllabus online. For example, a concept which you are having it like in the textbook, instead of taking the photocopy of those things, like we can bring it online where we will have live content, real content that is latest updated content for each segment in the syllabus, collaboratively working, and that is where also faculties could collaborate. And also there is something social entrepreneurship for the faculties and students together that we want to support. And we have something called Hop Step Jump. Like every month there is a program where can come and teach about startups, and then getting them connected to the funding as well as mentorship. So these are the different enabler activities. Enablers are faculties. As we believe, like it is not just about teaching things from the syllabus, it is also connecting them to the right people to get their path for their career. So that is why we call faculties are enablers, and I hope like you all will be able to enable the students to their better future. And basically in the core what we nurture is on critical thinking and problem solving skills, collaboration across network, leading by influence, agility, adaptability, initiative, and entrepreneurialism, oral and verbal skills, accessing and analyzing information, and curiosity, imagination, and ethical basis. So these are the skills that we nurture through different programs that we conduct. It is not about learning a tech stack or learning one single skill, because skills become obsolete after some time. The world that we live, these skills are not like this education system was created for an industrial society where we learn one skill and students live the rest of the life, or the people live the rest of the life working on an industry with that skill. But as of today, the skills become obsolete after some time. So what should we teach them? We should teach them these skills that helps them to continuously learn, and they need fluid intelligence to grab information available and act on a problem solving situation. So that is the skills that we nurture. Then these are the skills that is required for the future. Yeah, similarly, there are different industry coming up with hackathons, private projects, and slowly the students build their profile where they get opportunity to work on real world projects which are paid, but they need certain karma points to accomplish towards that level. So 5,000 plus karma point students, they have a profile on a passion, on an interest group, they have built the skills, and they will be getting opportunities work on projects which are paid. So that is where we want to have a cultural shift in the state, and faculties are the ones who can influence the students in a positive manner. And we can create special interest group based on an organic in your campuses. Like if there is more interest groups, there that can we can enable them. We can bring the right mentors for that. Those who are actually happy to work in a pro bono manner. So those are also passionate people that comes to, as mentors in the platform. Hiring opportunities, not just a hiring platform, but hiring is also a part. For example, EY is hiring around 1,500 freshers, and 500 openings are right now active. So different campuses, we are connecting with them and collecting the information and sharing to EY. And people, students who are from ULearn, these companies are giving a priority because they know that these are the ones who are passionate. We do not want to enable everyone. We want to let everyone know like there is an opportunity in ULearn, and these are the students who came forward in a way like I want to learn things, and they are interested. They had showed the learnability skills. They are showing the team skills. So those are the skills that the companies actually want because they can train them for better. But these students are coachable who all are in ULearn. So that is why companies are giving a 10% weightage on the karma points. And as we represent the industry, like this is going to be a standard across in coming period. That is what we expect. And custom courses are coming. Companies are coming with custom courses which students take part in that courses. That is, there might be more hiring opportunities in that, and also the faculty enablement activities which we said that is we can be part of. So basically, We are working on self-determination theory. Like the students, we are not compelling them to do anything. We are not pushing them towards anything. That is, we are providing them adjustable seats based on their need. We are not, we doesn't care whether they do it or not. But if they do it, we ensure like they do it right. And if it is not right, we give them feedback and we help them improve and showcase it as a museum model. Like whatever work they do, that will be showcased in the platform. They'll be able to showcase their skills. And we are building affinity spaces on different futuristic skills or futuristic opportunities, like areas with future opportunities. And we want them to work with a flow. We help them set goals and move forward in that, so that moving forward, people will be able to find a job based on their passion. That is, we can say that it is a happiness project. Like, give them happiness. Happiness is out where when you work on something that you love and somebody is paying for that. And we can help the students get towards that if we have the right intervention from the school level itself. That is what we are getting into. And as of now, students who are in the campuses or colleges, we are also helping them identify finger with different opportunities and get towards that. And that is what MuLearn is. And we really need support from the faculty, the lecturers and professors in the campuses. And thank you.
Thank you, Deepu. I mean, for me, it is a revision. I've been listening to this for 1 year now. But to take today as a whole, what we have heard in the inaugural session from the two vice chancellors, from the AICT director, what we heard from two professors in Malaysia, from the director of Kerala Startup Mission, one of our own faculty entrepreneurs, then what we heard from Brian, and then about GTech MuLearn. If we can put this all together, today's theme, faculty entrepreneurship and educational technology for knowledge economy, everything points to the way a major disruption is coming. The Vice Chancellor was very much particular about industry alignment that is very much required for KTU. Riaz talked about 1,000 faculty immersion opportunities which the government will pay for into the industry. Brian was talking about how micro-credentials will become important and anytime, anywhere learning, which can be accredited by people all over the world. $7,000 for a master's degree from Georgia Tech. I am pretty sure a lot of Indians will be very keen on attaining that. It's world-class computer science degree. So imagine when IT Sligo will roll out their undergraduate program at a comparable price. And to talk about MuLearn, I think faculty enablement in MuLearn will come when, like Rajashree Madam said this morning, community requirements and pain points and problems are getting directly solved by universities and faculty members, which means I think MuLearn will very soon start having an interest group where faculty will come together to attempt industry problems, to attempt community problems. That's how the change is going to come. It's not going to come from people who are just wanting to remain lecturers. It will come from people who want to innovate, who want to consult, and this will become a consulting platform of sorts where you will match the need and aggregate it all together for faculty. And that will allow the students to see faculty members who are practicing, which is what Saji sir was saying this morning. He said, when you are a 3-year-old or a 5-year-old, if you ask that kid, they will all want to be English teacher, maths teacher, etc. Because they are looking at role models in school who are actually doing stuff, who are change agents, who are making difference to the world of that child. Somehow when you get to higher education, this aspiration is completely lost. What is the reason? Because the faculty members you are meeting in college are not change agents. They are not doing any change that the student can look up to. And the way out here is entrepreneurship and consulting. Once the students see that teachers are practicing engineers engaged in communities of practice who are really doing engineering, that will start making a big difference. And now I think with MuLearn, there is no more excuse of saying, I cannot find any project. Hundreds of projects are being poured in, problems to be solved. which you can sit in the comfort of your home or your campus and do this. And what MuLearn has become right now is a virtual campus. It has all these departments, all these expert groups. It has all the cultural activities going on in parallel. Students love it because the feedback is instant. The feedback is presented beautifully, and they know it is an asset that they can keep for life. This is a non-fungible token of your competence that they can take into the future. And it's very instant. No, I did something, I immediately got it. There's no need for me to wait for valuation, revaluation, somebody valued my this thing like that. So that middleman has been eliminated. So there is a tremendous change that this platform will bring in, and faculty who will jump on board earlier will obviously, just like how Amrita is now the ambassador, because of the early mover advantage will always be there. So I'm sure after watching this video, after following this streaming online, hopefully ISTE will be bringing out a paper compiling the things that we heard today, and that will prompt people, more faculty members, to join into the Discord platform and make use of all the learning opportunities there, the teaching opportunities there. Because now from here, you will have to apply the teaching skills into a new platform and reach 14,000 people. Why should you limit yourself to the 30 or 60 sitting in your classroom? Make sure that you can share your knowledge to such a wide range of students and becoming a practitioner so that the world can benefit. One of the things that I was observing while thinking about faculty entrepreneurship, there are two things that Indians have been very good at making. One is population. The other is monumental, iconic constructions. Okay? These are both are coming from the past. And they both, in a sense, do not need maintenance if you look at it. The massive stone temples or the things that are done in marble, they just stand there. There's no need for daily looking at something. And even kids and babies, they are equipped with a kind of intelligence from nature which will take them forward once they get to a certain age. Unfortunately, knowledge, intellectual property, skills, capacity, they need maintenance. They need people looking at them every day, polishing them every day, improving them every day. So do all the man-made systems, including education system. So we have reached a stage where we assumed what Macaulay gave us was a monumental stone temple which will last forever. But now it has begun to crumble at the onset of technology, at the onset of connectivity, the ability for anybody to teach anybody else sitting on this planet. And so the way out we are looking at is through faculty entrepreneurship, by having faculty get themselves into becoming knowledge creators, wealth creators, and community builders. So in a sense, we are going to go back in history, where today Saji sir was mentioning medieval period, where faculty members were deeply involved in the economy. It's true, they could manage all those monasteries and temple-based structures where the teachers were controlling the massive ideas. So going back to what I said in the morning, it's time to make campuses dangerous places again. Dangerous for people who want to make status quo continue, dangerous for people who don't want any change to happen, and dangerous for people who are afraid of the limitless possibilities of the young minds. So once again, we should go back to having that fire in every campus. And if it doesn't happen in real campus, let's make it happen in virtual campuses like MuLearn. Thank you all for joining today. We had a wonderful session. Thank you for Trinity faculty members for organizing this. And these things are going to stay forever on the internet, so anybody, anytime can access these things. Thank you very much, Deepu and Akshaya. Let's hope MuLearn next February we'll meet in a very different context with perhaps 2,000 faculty involved. That's a number that I'm looking at. Thank you very much. Deepu, you're muted.
Coordinator.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you all. See you all there. Bye.